So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yohance Thomas, and I know we've had the chance over the last few weeks to speak about Instana. And I know for today, I'll be taking you through a bit of a demo. Of course, just highlighting some of the conversations we've had and things that we've discussed in terms of key benefits that you're looking for. And really just talking about the tool and what it's able to offer. So of course, talking about Instana is really talking about observability, right? First and foremost. And as you've seen within your practice, uh, the meaning of that has changed over time. Of course, there's a lot of legacy customers that view observability more from a monolithic standpoint, um, either in applications that they've been running on-prem for a very long time, or even ones that they're trying to figure out how to modernize, right? So when we talk about kind of where we are and where we're going around observability, we really have to start, where a lot of our clients are, but also mapping to the world that exists now, right? Around microservices, cloud native architectures that now require a different approach when it comes to observability. So this is kind of more of the picture that our clients are trying to manage in a lot of different ways, but it's really changed how you all are having to handle issues like this, and how your customers are, having to navigate these really, interesting trade-offs when it comes to having a cloud native architecture, having something that's very flexible and scalable, but then also something that's manageable, right, at the end of the day. So, of course, observability is one of, I would say a larger picture when it comes to IT operations. I know we've had a chance to touch on a few of these, but this is a map that I like to speak to just to kind of show you where observability falls within the context of optimization, cost, and what's now becoming more prevalent around AI reasoning. So, of course, Instana falls within the observability pillar, but when it comes to optimization, turbonomics is, I know, something that we've talked about, and that's going to fall into that bucket. Cost is going to be more so handled by Aptio. And then AI reasoning, like I said, is really becoming kind of the top layer when it comes to AI reasoning. How are we figuring out or creating the narratives of problem, what needs to be right sized because of that, what are the cost implications, and having that all be conducted by AI. So definitely an interesting time to be in IT operations, but definitely one that's growing nonetheless. Okay, so why Instana specifically? So, when I talk about microservices, when I talk about kind of the new world that we're entering, really what, you know, is going to make Instana stand out is really how we're able to, first and foremost, have a real-time view of our entire application, both from the application layer itself all the way to our infrastructure that's supporting that. So how are we able to have a real-time, full-stack observability, soup to nuts for everything that we need? The second one is going to be more so around what you're able to do as a GSI. So when we talk about, scalability, repeatability, that's definitely something that Instana is going to be very much suited for, mainly because it's agnostic, right? So it's not going to be something that, you'll have to compete with, a native tool, either be it AWS or GCP, unless your client specifically uses that same cloud or that one cloud. But from what we've seen, a lot of clients are have a hybrid approach. So when we talk about a tool that can span both on-prem and off-prem across multiple clouds, Instana is really going to be that observability foundation for your service. And then last but not least is the upsell opportunities in AI apps. So, when I take you through, or when I took you through the, this high level diagram of what we're able to uh, potentially stack on top of observability or add on to when it comes to optimization, when it comes to cost, when it comes to, top line AI reasoning across that entire stack. These are definitely things that we can add more modularly as it becomes apparent and as your clients need them. That really creates a really compelling overall story. Okay, so given that context, I'm gonna dive into a demo. Really just gonna show you really just the flow of discovering a problem, how we're able to contextualize it, making sure that we're able to see the full picture, and then last but not least, how that leads to remediating that issue.